What's up, guys? It's Caliber here.
And the Beast.
And I'm Taro.
And, well, we, got something we want to talk about. So, good old friend Heathen, awesome ass guy, made the Dead Rabbit, is deciding to partner with the Vapor Chronicles, or Vaping Chronicles, one or the other, and Hellvape to create the Drop Dead RTA. I, for one, think this is a gimmick.
It's very gimmicky.
It is
Sounds
very,
like a gimmick.
Sounds like a gimmick. She hasn't even seen it yet, and she's saying it sounds like a gimmick.
Well, for listening to you guys talk about it, it sounds like a gimmick.
And no, it is very gimmicky, and I've seen a lot of gimmicky things. Hint, hint, rip trippers. Now, he created the Pharaoh dripper tank, the Pharaoh RTA, the Pharaoh Mini RTA, and none of them have anything to do with each other. There's no similarities in any of them. Besides the point.
Well, let's hope heathens are a little better.
Yeah, well, we get to this. So, let's go ahead and take a look at this monstrosity. Oop, you're not supposed to see that yet. That was for something else. Alright, so here it is. Here it is. The Drop Dead RDA. It's got the basic drop post styles spaced out with Dead Rabbit spacing. It's got airflows in the right place as a Dead Rabbit would be. Everything looks pretty much the same except for the top of the top cap up here. Why do you need this lip? Like, what's the point of that? I understand that they want to put Hellvape there, but why is that there?
Aesthetic.
Probably.
Hopefully that's part of the drip tip and not an actual lip, because that would be dumb.
Yeah. Well, no, it's looking, because I see a seam, it's looking like it's part of the RDA itself.
That's not good.
Beast knows what I'm talking about. It does have this notch system, which I think is pretty interesting, which I wish a lot of RDAs would come with. We do know in fact that the Recurve has it. I believe the Athena has it as well. I think I have a couple drippers that have it. I'm not sure. I have a lot of drippers. Nah, I think the Athena is the only one that has it. So yeah, the Recurve and Athena, I think that's the only one that has that set up. The regular Dead Rabbit doesn't have it. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about this logo real quick. I'm not digging it. If you want to do the double D's...
cluttered.
Yeah, it's too cluttered. If you want to do the double D's, that's fine. But why'd you have to put the Dead Rabbit in there? That makes no sense to the actual RDA itself. It's not called the Drop Dead Rabbit. It's called the Drop Dead RDA. Makes no sense. And I hate criticizing a YouTuber I love, but sometimes it's just got to be done.
It's just, there was so much hype on this, and then when the final product comes out, and it's like, I'm just kind of like, almost shocked about how freaking... I know it was supposed to be a collaboration with the two, so I'm thinking like something like brand new coming out. But when it comes out, it's just literally a drop deck that they move the post on closer together, and they put the Dead Rabbit cap on top of it, and that's pretty much it. They just changed the airflow a little bit.
So they just took their two biggest cash cows and blended them together.
Right, that's it. Yeah, I mean, like it's not even blended to the way that would be like interesting. It's literally just blended to like, we put here's the drop deck, and then here's the rabbit cap, and that's pretty much what they did.
Yeah.
Just sounds lame.
It really does. It's just like, was there really a point to do that?
Not to be as like, they made it so secretive, like it was something going to be this big thing, and then it just all of a sudden like, oh, here it is, and you're like, but that's nothing innovative. That's exactly the same as it was. I mean, you're just taking the two. If somebody has literally, if somebody had like a drop and a rabbit, all they have to do is just freaking put the rabbit cap on the drop, and there it is. You got yourself a drop dead. I mean, ta-da,
That's if that would work.
ta-da. I mean, it wouldn't work, but that's all you'd have to do. I mean, I don't know. It just to me, it doesn't seem like it's that feasible to be a thing. I want to talk about the next thing. The next thing is what I want to get on. Freaking Heathens is now just announced after they just announced the deck today, um, which is Heathens is now putting a picture up of a RTA with the dead rabbit symbol on it. Um, I don't know about that because here's the thing: it's gonna have if it's gonna have anything to do with the dead rabbit, it has to have the ears, right? So if it has to have the ears, I think it's going to be too tall of a device. Too tall. That's just me. I mean, the only thing that I think is interesting on it, it has top airflow.
Yeah, the top airflow is the signature Dead Rabbit airflow.
That's the only thing I think is fantastic about the new idea. But other than that, I mean, I don't see anything. I don't see anything good coming out of the RTA. I don't think it's. I mean, like, I'm not. There's good RTAs out there. There's really good RTAs. Uh, the Kylan was a good one. You know, Vandy Vape also had that. What the Kinsai I thought was pretty good. I liked the build deck on that. That was pretty good. Um, I didn't like the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh was absolutely trash. I didn't like the Pharaoh at all. Um, I don't know. And then that's another thing. It's like if he doesn't put anything that's like the Dead Rabbit into this RTA, is it going to just be like a Rip Trippers thing?
Yeah, don't get me started on that. All right, so let's talk about good old Rip Trippers here for a second. I know I fucking rag on them in every single mod mouth we do, or it just seems about like that. But the dude created the Pharaoh Tripper tank, which I thought was innovative. It was a neat design. I thought it looked good. But he decided to create a Pharaoh RTA. Okay. Once is good, twice is kind of pushing it, but when you create a Pharaoh mini RTA that has nothing to do with the tank or the dripper, it just gone too far.
Right. Well, that's what the thing is. The RTA didn't have anything to do with really the Dripper, and then when so you're like, okay, well, it's just because he's trying to make two different things, and he just has the same name because that's like is going to be his signature is going to be the Pharaoh. And then they brought out the Pharaoh Mini, which didn't even have the same deck as the freaking Dripper or the full size. So you're like, well, how's it? What? What is going on here?
Well, I would like to iterate something.
Huh.
Fanny Vape, for example, they made the Keelan, which I have the original Keelan, the big version, and then they made the mini. They're nothing alike.
No, they're not.
Their decks are too different. Like, obviously, I know you're going to say this. Well, you can't really make the deck the same. Bitch, yes, you can. You just have 2 holes instead of 4.
Yep. Yep. That's all they had to do. But they had to make the honeycomb U thing. Which I mean that's what the recurve has, but the recurve I think the recurve
Well,
is just fantastic
I
about
heard over the
RDA.
grapevine, not to bring drag Mike Vapes into this one, but I heard over the grapevine that a lot of the design that went into the recurve actually came from what was it? I think it has something to do with Vandy Vape as well. Like there was a guy who worked, I think, for both of them at one point in time, and
Oh.
that's where the design. I could have been wrong. I don't know. Unless I'm thinking, I heard something that had something to do with an airflow design that was. Yeah, it was this because this design, the airflow design is set up exactly the same as the Keelan design,
Yep, it
just
is.
used in a dripper form.
Mhm.
It's the exact same fucking design, and if Mike Vapes wants to defend that, he can. That's his opinion, but that's just what I heard. Don't shoot the messenger. But no, it's like I like the airflow of the recurve. Not gonna lie. fucking love vaping on this thing. You're probably thinking to yourself, well, why don't you use this much anymore? I don't have fucking juice for it. A little bit of juice I got left, I gotta make last. That's not very much. But we'll go ahead and take a hit offer for you. Clouds. But no. Please, heathens, if you're going to make a Dead Rabbit RTA, at least incorporate some of the characteristics from the original Dead Rabbit. It only makes sense. I will touch on one thing though. And you may agree with me on this one. I think if you did use the rabbit ears, I think that would be a flop because that's just too high for an RTA to wick. When you think of an RTA or an RBA or something like that, a rebuildable deck for like a tank or something, you think of the coils being closer to that deck, not high up. The only reason he got, I'm going to put this out here right now, the only reason he got away with it with the Dead Rabbit is because it's really hard to oversquonk this thing, and me and Beast, we tend to oversquonk, or submerge our coils. So, that's how we squonk. That's our squonk game. We just submerge the coils in, and I did that with the Athena. I used to submerge the coils. It was a lot easier instead of having to wait for it to wake up. And I do somewhat sort of the same thing with the recurve, just not as intensely as I would with the Dead Rabbit. But I think that's it for this video. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to him. He is S13_TheBeast. And she is Tarot Storm. Anyways, guys, this is Storm Family signing out.